So grateful to have all three of my girls and Archie together for just a little more time before Sophie moves to NYC. Shannon shared at the time, which was before her eldest daughter moved to the Big Apple to start her next chapter. Joining the group was Sophie's boyfriend, Reese, and the always adorable family dog, Archie. Shannon went on to thank outdoor furniture companies Backyard Expressions and Sunset West USA for helping her create yet another space for us to spend time together. Now that Sophie is living full-time in New York, Shannon has made the effort to travel to the East Coast to visit her oldest child. In February, Shannon packed her bags for a trip to New York City and traveled with Sophie back to where the recent grad lives. Shannon shared a sweet photo of them smiling on the plane via Instagram on February 23. Sophie moved to NYC in 2024 after graduating from Baylor University, joining her younger sister, Adeline, who studies at Parsons School of Design. Meanwhile, Stella, Adeline's twin, is enrolled at the University of Southern California, but has been studying abroad in France. "No makeup flight to NYC with my girl," Shannon captioned the post. "We just figured out that the last time we sat next to each other on a flight was when Sophie went to college. Looking forward to spending time with Sophie and Adeline in NYC." During the trip, Shannon gave followers a glimpse of her NYC adventures. On February 25, she posted photos from a cozy dinner at Cathedral Restaurant in the East Village, where she dined with Sophie, Adeline, and some friends. Shannon also showed off some of their delicious dishes, including a potato chip omelette and steak frites. Since becoming an empty nester in 2023, Shannon has been making frequent trips to NYC to visit her daughters. In a July 2024 interview with Bravot.com, she shared that she's even considering making a full-time move to the East Coast. "I do see myself, someday, moving back east," she said at the time. "It's one thing that I always wanted to do when I was younger, and I never did. I probably never would have left. I love the city. I love everything about back east. People think that I'm from the East Coast, but I'm not. Born and raised SoCal, West Coast." Shannon Beador reveals an emotional look at being a single mom. "There are moments in life when the lights dim, the applause fades, and the only sound left is the quiet tick of time echoing through an empty house." For Shannon Beador, star of The Real Housewives of Orange County, that silence wasn't just the absence of noise. It was a marker of transition, of resilience, and ultimately of strength. It's easy to see a reality TV star and assume her world is all designer handbags and champagne flutes. But behind the glitz and glam, Shannon's story, particularly her role as a single mom, is one of emotional depth, raw vulnerability, and fierce love. "The day everything changed. I remember the day the house felt too big," Shannon shared in a recent interview, her voice wavering slightly. "It was after the divorce, and the girls were at their dad's for the weekend. The silence hit me like a wave. I sat on the couch, stared at the blank TV screen, and just cried." Divorce was never part of the plan. Like so many women, Shannon married with the vision of forever. But reality, with its unrelenting truths, took her down a different road, one filled with questions, guilt, and the pressure of holding everything together for her three daughters, Sophie and twins Stella and Adeline. Wearing all the hats. Being a single mom isn't just about doing double the work. It's about becoming everything your children need at any given moment. "There were days I had to be the disciplinarian, the nurturer, the chef, the homework helper, the chauffeur, the shoulder to cry on, all at once," Shannon says with a bittersweet smile. "And I'd still go to bed wondering if I did enough." The transition from co-parenting with a partner to navigating everything solo wasn't easy. Shannon admits there were many sleepless nights, not because of crying babies, but because of a racing mind filled with worries about money, mental health, and how each decision would affect her kids. Strength in the struggle. What Shannon didn't expect was how her struggles would become something like that. You don't think you're being strong. You just feel like you're surviving, she reflects. But survival is strength. I had to learn that the hard way. She started embracing her imperfections and stopped trying to be the perfect mom. Therapy helped, so did long walks, and surprisingly, so did reality TV. People think being on a show adds pressure, and it does. But for me, it also gave me purpose. It gave me a platform to be real, to let other women know they're not alone in this. The weight of mom guilt. One of the hardest parts of single motherhood for Shannon was the guilt. There's this crushing feeling sometimes, she confides. Like, did I ruin their idea of love? Are they okay? Will they resent me one day? She shares how she used to overcompensate, throwing extravagant birthday parties, bending the rules on school nights, staying up late to talk about everything and nothing with her girls, anything to make up for what she felt they'd lost. But over time, Shannon realized that what her daughters needed most wasn't a perfect mom. They needed a present one. They needed someone who showed up, someone who said, I'm hurting too, but I'm here. We're in this together. Rediscovering herself. One of the unexpected gifts of single motherhood was self-discovery. For years, I was David's wife. Then I was just the mom, she laughs. But somewhere along the line, I started asking, who is Shannon, really? She started setting boundaries, saying no, prioritizing her health, emotionally, mentally, and physically. There were days she didn't get it right, but that was okay. I learned that being a good mom doesn't mean losing yourself, she says. In fact, showing your kids what it means to take care of yourself might be one of the best lessons you can give them. The evolution of love. When asked about love post-divorce, Shannon takes a deep breath. I'm still figuring it out, she says. Love after heartbreak is complicated. I have a different filter now. It's not just about butterflies or chemistry. It's about stability, kindness, someone who respects the chaos and beauty of what I've been through. She stated since her divorce, some relationships more public than others. And while romance has played a role in her journey, it no longer defines her. Love is wonderful, but I'm not waiting for a man to complete me, she says confidently. I'm already whole. My daughters see that. And that matters. A message to other single moms. To other single moms out there, Shannon offers a message wrapped in honesty and heart. You're doing better than you think. Your kids don't need perfection. They need love, consistency, and truth. Cry when you need to. Ask for help. Laugh at the chaos. And know that you are not alone. She pauses before adding, and don't forget to love yourself through it all, because you deserve that too. The beauty of the mess. Today, Shannon's life is still filled with ups and downs, arguments over screen time, carpool chaos, college prep stress, and quiet nights that sometimes feel too quiet. But there's also laughter, inside jokes, hugs that come out of nowhere, and moments when her daughters look at her like she's their hero, because, in many ways, she is. I'm proud of the woman I've become, she says softly. And I'm even prouder of the women my daughters are becoming. If being a single mom taught me anything, it's that love, real love, shows up, even in the mess. And sometimes, the most beautiful chapters of our lives are the ones we never saw coming.